Hey, what's up? It's Lori Painter with lifebylori.com, and welcome to my wrap-up video of my Heal Challenge. And I wanted to share with you some of the things that showed up and where I'm going next with this. So I initially made the first video talking about wanting to heal my back pain and wanting to heal my vision. And I am well on my way with both of them, but there are a couple things that showed up that I was I didn't think it all the way through. And let me give you a good example. So my contacts, my eyes, my eyesight. So I started doing the eye exercises. My eyes were getting super sore. I could literally feel my eyeballs firming up from doing all of the eye exercises. And of course, listening to the affirmations throughout the night and rewiring my subconscious brain, my subconscious mind. So, but what I didn't think about is I had a DMV renewal for my vision or for my driver's license. And what I found out is, oh my goodness, as I'm going through this, I literally have my vision is super, a really high prescription. And as I'm going through it, it's almost like I need another pair of glasses and another pair of contacts for every level of the stage of healing the vision. And I mean, that's going to be, I didn't think that one through. I did not think about the process. So I have been experiencing somewhat of a frustration of not really being able to see, whether it's without contacts, with glasses. It's definitely changing. And then there's a part of me that gets a little bit discouraged and is saying, it's frustrating to not be able to see, so maybe I should just lay off of this. So to be super transparent, I've not been the most consistent with the eye exercises because I just feel like I don't know if I want to be going to the optometrist every month and getting another prescription, because right now my contacts are custom made because that's how advanced my prescription is, and just going and getting a new pair of glasses every month just does not sound practical. So if you have some solutions for me on that, I am more than happy to take those in, because maybe there's something obvious that I'm missing, and I'm open to that. The other thing is the back pain, and what's been incredible is so when I started addressing the muscles in the back with spinal flexion, spinal extension, side bends and rotations, and even hip rotations and trunk rotations, what I found is that the glutes, especially on the right side, were super weak. So I started doing isometric exercises to strengthen up the right glute, to get it up to par. And then what I found is then it exposed a hip flexor injury from a long time ago. So now it's been a sense of unraveling. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm working on this portion, and then, oh no, now I'm noticing this, and now that this is healed, now I'm noticing this. So I sense that this is probably more like a 12-week process with the back, and it may be longer, but typically in like physical therapy, when you're recovering from an injury and you're going 3 times a week, it can be up to 12 weeks, sometimes even longer. So I'm having that patience with myself, and I joke, and I've been saying that I've been going to my senior citizen yoga because, and I want to say why, because, and it is not technically senior citizen, but it's super basic and super foundational. And what I'm doing is if you can't do the simple stuff without pain, then why am I going to be doing the more intense stuff? So I've been really laying off, and I will admit some of my I have this hair in front of my eye, in my eyelash, there we go. So I've definitely noticed that my fitness level has gone down a bit because this has been my focus. However, I'm more than happy to rewire the whole body structure. If I need to let some muscles kind of lay off so that I can realign things with integrity, I'm more than happy to do that. So I've noticed some dropping in fitness levels, but I've also noticed some increase. So I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, but I posted a video of me doing some back bends, because a goal that I have had for over 4 years is to touch my head to my toes behind. If you look it up in yoga, it's called King Pigeon Pose. It is something that I've always wanted to do, but I've never had the shoulder rotation to be able to do it, and the back and the hip flexor flexibility to be able to do that. And I started doing deep tissue massages. I started really rehabilitating my back, and then again, just even like becoming more flexible in the mind. They say that the mind-body connection with the spine is rigidness, and doing it like so. And I've just been softening up. Now, not 100,000%. But just a little bit, and I've noticed that the body is following along with that softening, and I'm looking forward to more of that. But I freaking had my toes touch my head. I could even grab. So if you haven't seen that, if you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook, I invite you to go and check me out. Lori_Painter on Instagram, and Facebook is Lori Painter. You'll see me there. So and that's where I did it, and it was so exciting. And I've had like these breakthroughs, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next with this whole challenge. I ultimately want to alleviate the pain. I noticed that I've been walking quite a bit. I've been walking at sunrise and I've been walking at sunset. I noticed that my hip flexors are weak. I've noticed that I've just noticed so many things. I've been really paying attention. Doing this, You Can Heal Your Life, paying attention to all of the signs of my body to such a high level has really brought a lot of things that I have not noticed. So it's been absolutely incredible. Another thing that I actually experimented with and got phenomenal results with is CBD oil. And I did not understand the impact of that. It is mind-blowing. Just to tell you a little bit of a story. So I obtained some CBD oil, put it on my back where the back pain, and this happened to be a day where the back pain was probably about an 8. It was pretty substantial. I just wanted to go home and go to bed. Because I've had high days and low days, I'm still advancing, and I can see myself progressing in my senior citizen yoga class, but I still have a ways to go. There's quite a bit of weakness and quite a bit of tightness. So between the two, I'm looking forward to healing that up. But in the meantime, sometimes the back is feeling super sore. And where I applied it, within 30 minutes, that pain level of an 8 was totally gone. And I had an appointment for a massage booked. And then when I went to go get a massage, which was maybe about 2 hours, not even 2 hours after applying it, I noticed that the one area that I had applied that oil, it was so receptive to the massage, where other areas on the back that I didn't even know were tense were a little, they tensed up. I don't know if you've ever noticed that when you go get a massage and certain muscles just won't relax to the pressure. Well, bizarrely, the one area that I had applied the oil to was just so open and receptive. So there's a part of me that's excited to see what keeps unfolding as I experiment with this, because there is no psychoactive components. It doesn't put you out of your mind in any way, shape, or form. It's just been something that I never really looked into for myself. But when I think about all the over-the-counter things that I've done in the past and what this did, it was like, this is like a Captain Obvious option. It doesn't even make any sense. Why? And I'm sure there are millions of people out there that already know these things, but this is new to me. So it has been an exhilarating experience. And I know that this product is not available to everybody. It's not even legal, and depending on where you live, you might have to go and get yourself a card and be able to obtain this. In some places, you can just go ahead and obtain it for nothing. It just depends on where you live. But if you haven't done your research on CBD oil and you are experiencing pain, I have had so many stories. I happen to share this again on social media. So if you're following me on social media, I have so many people that reached out to me, sharing with me their experiences that they have had too. And it has been so inspiring and encouraging. And so with that said, I am open and receptive to all forms of healing that don't have a negative consequence. So I'm looking forward to exploring more of those. I'm feeling better, I'm moving forward, and I'm looking forward to the next challenge, which is a love challenge. And one other thing that I wanted to share with you really quickly is that as I'm going through this journey, I'm finding myself through this transformation wanting to connect to a more natural flow for myself. And what I realized when I set this out, I said I was going to do a 1-year transformation. And then I said, I think it's actually going to be more like 18 months. And I had these 30-day challenges set up. But now I have a little bit more insight in how I want to do things, and I want to honor the feminine energy within me. I've done things from a masculine, very linear, logical point of view and approach, and I just definitely want to soften up. And so with that said, my challenges are now moving along with the new moon cycle. So I'm actually tracking my feminine cycle with the moon cycle and noticing, and I have this really cool chart of the 8 different moon cycles within that 28, 29 day moon cycle period, and it has been so insightful. So I've decided to harness my hormonal, my feminine energy along with the moon cycle, because listen, it just makes sense that you're more connected to nature, and there are so many things, behavioral things that animals will do that sync up with that. And listen, I'm not so foolish to think that I couldn't also be affected by nature's forces. So I am changing my moon cycles to where my challenges begin on the new moon, and that that it goes along with where I'm at. So they aren't exactly 30 days, but they're close. I mean, a moon cycle is pretty close to 30 days, but I'm following that way. Instead of like October 1st to October 31st, no, it's more like this moon cycle is September 20th to October 18th or 19th. I have to look at the calendar, but it's like that. And that's my self-love and love challenge. And I'm going with that flow. I'm also spending way more time outside. Sunsets, sunrises, most days, catching both, if not at least one of them, spending at least an hour outdoors, because I actually genuinely feel that my body will start to sync up with the moon cycle. So my hormones will be in tune with that. So I'm checking to see my feminine cycle lines up with the moon cycle. And that's when my challenges will also be operating, because it just doesn't make sense that I start a challenge when maybe I'm at the lowest point of my hormonal cycle or my highest point. So I want to utilize my own natural ebb and flow with my own hormones to really just move forward in a more organic and natural way. So if you want more information on that, I'm actually cultivating this whole beautiful self-love protocol and applying it with my sister and my mom and some of my closest friends and some of my clients, and seeing how this is all working out. And I'm enjoying the process, and it's been very empowering. So I'll be talking more about that in the future, but I just wanted to wrap up this portion of the 1-year transformation and share with you the updates that I've had and some of the funny little things, like I'm saying, like, oh my gosh, I was not thinking about needing a new pair of glasses and contacts for every step of the way, because boy, oh boy, not being able to see, that has been quite the challenge, especially because I work online and I'm working in front of a computer all the time, and I'm driving and doing things. Looking forward to seeing where my vision is when I go and see the doctor, which is a few months. And I'm curious to see. I want to make sure that I'm not discouraged in stopping, because so far that has been something that has had me kind of like, whoa, reel back. I want to be able to see still. So finding my place in that is where I'm at. But my back is on fire. I am doing this. I am feeling like my body is becoming so much more, having so much more integrity in all these little tiny intricate muscles. And it's funny because I'm going to be doing, after the self-love challenge, I'll be doing a fitness challenge, and I'm just gonna go through every joint of the body and really make sure that things are stacked up appropriate. Like, how are my ankles? How are my feet? Then building up from there, how are my knees? Then how are my hips? And how is my spine? And how are my shoulders? And how is my neck? And how is my head? And how is my jaw? Looking at all of the things and rebuilding that way. So right now, I'm just trying to catch up with some of the things that this month was just the loudest calling pain points for me, which the back has definitely been for me. And I'm happy, and I'm on my way, and I'm looking forward to continuing. And I want to look back on this at the end of this journey and see where I'm at with this, because I feel like each challenge is more like planting seeds and starting new habits and then continuing them on or building on them with each new moon and each new challenge and each new intention and habit. So thank you so much for being here. One other thing that I did want to make mention of is, strangely, that during this whole process, you know, I had talked about the book, You Can Heal Your Life. Louise Hay did pass away this month while this challenge was happening. And I just want to pay absolute respect to her, because the work that she has contributed in the world has absolutely affected me in a positive way. And it definitely inspires me. Like, I'm going to get a little emotional. It has inspired me to continue to want to share things with you. Sometimes when I make these videos, I go, well, do I really have anything super insightful to share? And is this really of any benefit? And sometimes I can question the value of these videos, but then I look at the work that she's done, and she's shared, like, look, her work has just continued to get better and better and better along the way. And I look at all the work that she's done and how much I have been benefited from. And I definitely want to take that torch, and I definitely want to pay it forward and master the things that have empowered me, and inspire others to do the same, so that we can actually really live a life that when we were young we dreamt of and hoped would be what we experienced. And somehow layers upon layers of pain and bad programming, or I can't even say bad programming, poor programming, has gotten us a little off track. I know that I'm speaking for myself in this situation, and unraveling all of the things and taking it back to square one to really rebuild in every aspect of my life. And the work of someone like Louise Hay has been absolutely just super, super touching, and I just want to pay my respect. And if you have not looked into any of her work, please do, because she has some really incredible things out there. She, I would say, has really shown me what it is to have a healthy thought process and healthy dialogue. And there's one of my favorite quotes, and I did learn this through Dr. Pat Allen, but she'll say, you know, beware of your thoughts, for they become words. And I may get this wrong, but let's just see. Beware of your thoughts, because they become words. Beware of your words, because they become actions. Beware of your actions, they become habits. Beware of your habits, they become your destiny. So with that said, it's like it all starts from the most foundational thing. And I've been listening to her affirmations in my sleep, because the subconscious is always listening and noticing, wow, I can see a shift in the way that I'm thinking and the way that I'm looking at the world and the way that I'm feeling. So I know that I'm at the tip of the iceberg, but this work, I know, is just going to keep unraveling. Just like I'm saying with my back, you know, you start to address, oh, the weak glutes, and oh, now that exposes the hip flexor. Now you're exposing this. And it's like, wow, this is really incredible stuff, along with not only just the body, but the way that the mind is connected. This is a very long video. Thank you so much for being here. Next month, I'll be sharing with you the love stuff. So thank you so much. Looking forward to more soon. Bye-bye.